You are not the same since you lost your pet. After decades of despair and relentless search, you're able to locate him. He's locked up on a distant planet, in a place the locals call Area 51. When I named him Wanderer, I never expected him to live up to his name so thoroughly. Yet, here we are, 10 years later, and I have still yet to find my little adventurer. I blame myself, really. I shouldn't have let him off leash in that particular galaxy. Everyone knows that's where those nasty little Homo sapiens live. I know what you're gonna say. Trey, you absolute hobgoblin. That's where the murder apes live. Are you absolutely insane? Have you lost both your brains? Verbatim, right? Well, here's the thing. Wanderer and I, we have a thirst for adventure. And you have to admit, those little murder meat sack apes are pretty damn fascinating. I have watched them kill each other over land, food, and water. All things the planet they're currently in the process of destroying provides for them. These are the most fascinating, disruptive, idiot geniuses in the entire universe, as far as I'm aware. I had to check them out and see them for myself. This is, unfortunately, where my common sense began to evade me. Wanderer was feeling cooped up. You know how wicks are. They crave flying through the vast universe, nibbling on star fragments and chasing asteroids. I let him run around, and I thought I was far enough away from that planet Earth. But one of their little space garbage fragments caught Wanderer's attention. Before I could speak, he was off, flying through the stars, and leaving a trail of sparkling blue stardust behind him. And here is where we are now. I have located my worried little wick, but it's someplace even the darkest corners of the universe warn about. It's the place that little children are told to avoid by fear of annihilation. Earth. Area 51. The humans will not kill you, we warn each other. They will keep you alive so they can experiment on you. They will kill you and bring you back to life just to kill you again. These aliens do not care for the sanctity of life. They're all curiosity, the pursuit for knowledge, even if it means destroying all life in the process. We do not go to Earth. I don't know about you, but these warnings don't always work. Don't you think it kind of makes Earth sound super rad and terrifying? Anyway, I'm getting off track. So here I am, floating on the outskirts of this evil place, plotting my route to Area 51. I'm honestly so confused and fascinated. Humans are the most interesting of creatures. This strange mix of animalistic tendencies mixed with the advanced thought practices of some of the alien species we most look up to. They're like a parasite, the perfect balance of creation and destruction. But the ones at Area 51 are all destruction. Fred landed on Earth 100 years ago, and he's still on display in one of the most secret rooms of the facility. I imagine he's plotting his escape still, seeing as he's a drunken and they can't actually die in the same way humans do. Beeping from my navigation station interrupted my thoughts as Sylvia's robotic voice began to speak. Zalius, you absolute idiot! I have a route to Area 51. Are you sure you want to continue with this absurd death wish? Yes, please, Sylvia, I said as cheerfully as I could. Go forth to Wanderer. My ship kicked into gear and the world around me wavered. For a second, it felt like time stood completely still. And then we were off, breaking through the air bubble that surrounded Earth and down towards the barren land of Area 51. As the views began to form, I couldn't help but stare at how beautiful this planet was. I guess humans have little frame of reference, but this is the only planet that has as much plant and animal life. I checked my map of Earth from thousands of years ago, and then back to the current state of the planet, and realized I had to make an amendment to my observation. It used to be. Now, it's just as ugly and empty as every other planet I've visited. Oh, humanity, what have you done to yourself? Ship cloaking has been activated, Sylvia said through the speakers. I will land just outside Area 51, and you can go in alone. I will not wait for you. I have many other captains who would beg me to navigate their ships, you know. You're not special or anything. That's fine, Sylvia, I said with a small laugh as I began to put on my spacesuit and walk towards the exit, waving lightly as I went. If I don't come back, you can go find someone else to change your oil and keep your systems up to date. I can't be without Wanderer anymore. So then make sure you come back, Sylvia said, the sharpness in her tone replaced with something that could perhaps be mistaken as compassion. And bring that ugly mutt with you. Yeah, I miss him too. The doors whirled closed behind me and I stood, for the first time, on planet Earth's dusty ground. For a second, I felt like the great explorer Jules. She was like one of the first aliens to come to Earth, where she was worshipped like a goddess. I looked around the barren desert lands and high-tech walls of the Area 51 facility. I don't think humans think like that anymore. Though I must admit, being renowned as a god of this planet would be hilarious. I turned on the cloaking systems for my spacesuit, and if you'd been watching me, I would have vanished. Poof! Right in front of your eyes. The one thing we still have on humanity is our technology. Don't feel bad. We've been around for millions of more years than you. It's not a competition. But if it was, we'd be winning. Just saying. A siren began to ring, and I turned towards Area 51 in a sprint. As I got to the doors, I activated a button on my suit that changed the dimension I existed in, and I fell through the walls as if they weren't even there. Inside the facility, all hell was breaking loose. Humans were running around like scared little ants, screaming instructions and warnings out at each other. It got out again! Run! Ah, shit, we don't get paid enough for this! Guns. I turned and ran towards the building where my research shows they kept the fascinating cases. Codename, Blue Building. As I ran towards it, trying to avoid the small humans in my way, I began to wonder if Wanderer had been the inspiration for the name. I'm not sure when he came here timeline-wise. That all gets tricky. But it's possible he was the first alien the humans ever discovered. I burst through the doors and was hit by a bouncing bullet. Unfortunately, it hit me right where it hurt and my spacesuit's invisibility functions were destroyed. I shimmered into existence, feeling completely exposed and naked. The commotion came to a sudden stop where I was revealed. The humans stopped moving and stared towards me with fear, awe, and worry. I wasn't sure what else to do, so I tried to perform a human gesture. Waving. Placing an awkward smile on my face, I gave a small nod and waved to a thin female human. She screamed and began to shoot at me. This was going to be harder than I thought. All the weapons were turned on me, and silence fell over the facility. The tension was so tight I could taste it. Out of complete fear and confusion, I started performing the sacred dance of the stars and used those motions to dance forward in the facility. Someone laughed, but I think it was just out of nerves. Suddenly, a blue sphere broke through the wall and the humans scattered. I suppose they were at higher risk of being squished by falling debris than I am. The blue light hit the ground, taking the form of my beloved Wick. He was big, blue, and had sharp, long claws. I suppose a human might mistake him for a dinosaur, or perhaps more accurately, a dragon. Wanderer's gentle blue eyes found me, and relief washed over both of us. The humans were screaming, shooting, and trying to contain Wanderer. I couldn't help but laugh. I'm not sure how they managed to contain him for so long, but once a Wick is unbound by the physical world, they are a powerful bunch. "Here, boy," I said, and Wanderer's big jaw fell open into a smile. He turned into shimmering, swimming blue light and swept me up in his arms. In a flash, we were outside the facility. In another, we were outside the ship. Wanderer landed and changed from the giant beast into a small, pocket-sized one. I picked him up and placed him gently in my pocket. Running as guns and other creative weapons continued to shoot at me, I got into my ship. "Sylvia, go!" How about a hello first? Or a thanks for waiting? Just go! I closed my eyes as weapons I thought might be nuclear was coming right for us. Is this the end? Am I, an intelligent and capable captain of the stars, truly going to be incinerated by such an idiotic species? Calm. I opened my eyes and saw the familiar shimmering of the millions of stars in the universe. Planet Earth was once again a small, little blue planet beneath me. I took Wanderer out of my pocket and kissed his forehead. "I missed you," I said as he tried to jump out of the ship and after another piece of space garbage. "Oh, no, you don't." I caught him and placed a collar on his neck. Wanderer fell to the ship's floor in fake horror, pretending the collar was killing him. I patted his head, and I turned towards Sylvia. "Get us the hell out of here." "Where should we go, Captain?" I glanced down at Wanderer, who was hopping around, leaving a trail of shimmering blue light behind him. "I think we should go home. For now." The ship's engines began to buzz, and we took off towards the stars. A complete little family once again. And if I never see another human again, it will be too soon.